Hello, everyone. It's the BumCast. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney. And unfortunately, Southside Bum's internet did not hold up to the speed test for a second week in a row. We really need to get him an IT professional out there to the Southside, man.
He tried. He tried for about an hour, and nothing seemed to be working. We're little by little we're diagnosing the problems. He's hardwired into the internet, so it has to be the laptop. Too many floppy disks from St. Lawrence, probably is my guess. Couple one, two, three, many viruses.
I don't know what he's looking at during his free time, man. But it ain't for me. I only give the clean stuff. I only give my stuff's 100% pure, man.
He no Johnny. He was trying. He sounded like he was underwater. He was lagging. I mean, at this point, we're gonna do a GoFundMe for a laptop or something.
Yeah, maybe I get an old Chromebook or something I can give him, or anything. Or maybe he's gonna have to give him like a tripod in his iPhone and say you're connecting. You're gonna be streaming it from your phone from now on. So I don't know. We're gonna try to get to. We're gonna try to have him back eventually. But we want to start off the show with our weekend. Also, Peter, shout out to you. You're not doing bourbon tonight.
I know, a wall of bourbon behind me, and I decided to switch it up. Tequila and sparkling water. Little fresh, little light. It was nice out. Took the kids to the park. I feel summer's right around the corner. Got an asada time. So yeah, I switched it up, and it's tequila and water.
And I'm just doing water, my friend. Goddamn fucking cholesterol's through the roof. So I need to cut back for a bit.
Okay.
And speaking of cholesterol through the roof, Saturday didn't help either.
No.
So we want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who came out on Saturday at the Wiener Circle and joined us and Yumper and Svo for doing the live podcast in the Relish Room. Apologize for the technical audio difficulties. That was not our fault. We could not figure out how to plug in their hook up to their damn sound system. It was not working through the mixing board. So, but yeah, it was a great time, man.
I will say, Yumper tried his damnedest. So credit to him. Credit to Yumper and Svo first and foremost for inviting us along for the ride because it was awesome and we appreciate them. But yeah, he was working his ass off trying to get that mixing board to work, trying to get that audio out. But in the end, I feel like we made it work. So yeah, we had a fun ass time. We packed that place, and I think everything turned out about as well as it could have gone.
Yeah, except we had to pull the audible instead of Burwood Tap. We had to walk over to Frank's,
which is a blessing in disguise, I think.
Yeah,
Frank's was
awesome. Just funny that the look on that bartender's face when 20 people like walked in all at once, and then there was only about a handful of people in that bar, and I was like, "Oh man, this is straight out of Bar Rescue with John Taffer and the stress test coming on right now." But yeah, it was a great time, and it was great to see a lot of the people from the 108 and White Sox Twitter and. Some people couldn't stick around. Some people had to go hang out with Buddy Guy, and all that.
I would have left for Buddy Guy too. I'm not blaming Pete whatsoever. That video he posted of Buddy Guy was unbelievable.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't blame him either. But it was a great time and just a lot of drunkenness and some Malort shots and some
good stories. Dude, 2 crazy stories of the night. Randomly. While we were setting up the podcast, Svo and Johnny found out that they were in the same grade together at St. Peter and Paul's or whatever the hell they went to grade school together. They didn't know. Peter, Paul, and Mary, one of those. So they went to school together, had no idea about it. Johnny said he's going to dig up some old yearbooks because he still has them all. So I want to see little Johnny and little Svo next to each other. That'll be a scene. And then Chirizi and my cousin Joe played soccer together, basically in the same lineup, and they had no idea either. So it was pretty cool, pretty kind of out of nowhere, kismet, if you will. But yeah, fun stories, fun times. Thank everyone.
Yes, thank everyone for coming out, and again, special thank you to Yumper and Svo for having us join them. It was good to talk some movies. We talk a lot of sports around here, and we do like to talk TV shows and movies, but a lot of times we have to have a couple week delay in there so we're not getting spoilers in there and try not to ruin Especially like, I would like to talk Ant-Man right now, but I can't because you haven't seen it.
I have not. I gotta make sure I do that this week.
Yeah, make sure you do that. All right, so let's move on here. So it's kind of funny because now we actually get to talk some White Sox. It's been a while since we've really talked some White Sox. We've been very football heavy for the past couple of months with Bears and playoffs and all that. So spring training started up, and obviously we're not going to talk about he who should not be mentioned.
No, it's a feel good podcast today.
This is usually we come on here and we motherfuck the White Sox and it's doom and gloom and we hate, and we got some positive vibes today. I should say this week and over the weekend as well. And the first one is we finally got a second baseman back, and we re-signed Elvis Andrus for 1 year, $3 million. So we were kind of wondering why they didn't do this right away, but I'm happy he's back. And I guess we'll see if Rami is the super utility guy, if he's going to take over, they're going to kick the curb to give the boot to Lurie. I don't know, maybe, but I like to see Romy Gonzalez get the call.
Yeah, you would think, if anything, this buys Romy time and it doesn't, start the season off with pressure. I complain about it. So I was at Jewel grocery shopping and then cooking dinner last night when the news dropped. Brian S. told the Tainted Glove guys, and I was listening while cooking, that they signed Elvis Andrus. And I complain pretty regularly about the White Sox playing people out of position. You had the put your Burger at second. I'm like, hell no. I don't want to see Sheets and Vaughn in the outfield. This is different. This is a professional ass player that has spent time playing really good defense. And I have a feeling he can make that transition from shortstop to second. I'm cool with them having two fairly good defensive shortstops at shortstop and second. This isn't like, we're asking someone to play out of position that is chasing chickens out there. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy that he's a veteran. I'm happy that this shores up a very, very, very position of need. I feel like now that we have Andrus and they won't be kicking the ball around, and Benintendi, this eventually helps the pitching staff last longer because there's less defensive errors, which in turn, if the pitching staff lasts even a little longer, then the bullpen isn't so taxed. So it's like these little domino effects that we all knew that this was a position of need, and they finally did it. Is it crazy that we're celebrating a February 19th signing, a $3 million contract? Yes, it is crazy. And that's about as low as we've gotten. But I'm happy. I'm still happy about it. And that's the positive thing.
That's White Sox fandom right there, man. You get happiest about the most lowest hanging fruit that there possibly is. Like, just how we all were like, oh, when Michael Wacha went signing with the Padres, like man, that's what we're disappointed about is him. But I think what the Elvis re-signing does too is it takes the pressure off the young guys. Now they don't have to feel like they have to make the roster out of spring training, and they can actually work on development more, even if it's more time in Charlotte or if it's at the utility role, bench role, whatever. There's not going to be that added pressure on them, and you can definitely focus more time on Colson Montgomery, keeping him, moving up, and you don't feel like you have to like rush him to maybe fill that second base spot or whatever they plan eventually doing with him. If it's going to be third, if it's going to be second, who knows at this point. But I like it, and defense is going to be good. No more shift, banging no more shift now. So
having a shortstop there, you would think it's going to help. The other thing, in his limited time with the White Sox, 9 home runs in 43 games. And I know people are in the comments like, there's no way he sustains that. He had that quote, actually, it was James Fagan saying that part of the reason Andrus was so upbeat about his time in Chicago was that he regained power. He felt like he didn't have his power since he broke his elbow in like 2018. So he's like, since I've been here, I've been able to make the necessary adjustments to drive the ball. I'm not saying he's going to keep up, the 9 home runs in 43 games. But if he thinks he found a little bit of power, he found something in his swing, who am I to say, oh, no, that's wrong? Because like I said, he's a professional ass baseball player, and we don't have many of those. Just a veteran presence. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool with Benintendi out there. I'm cool with Elvis Andrews out there. It's just a little bit more confidence, that these guys you plug and play them, and you contend for the division.
So, not to be a Debbie Downer here, but do you think that they re-signed Elvis to distract from he should not be mentioned?
No, dude, we talked about Elvis in the winter, and I thought it was maybe Elvis waiting to see if a position lined up. Somebody got hurt in spring training or somebody got hurt in the winter, and this is also a possibility for the White Sox later down the line. If Romy ends up being good and he wins the job outright, say in July, you have a potential shortstop you could trade in Elvis for someone contending or somebody losing an injury. It adds another piece of the puzzle. So no, I don't think he signed just to, save face, because there's no coming back from that. We're still pissed about that. We're still pissed about that. Still fuck Mike Clevenger forever and ever. But yeah, we're not going to harp on that. But I'm just happy that I told you pre-show, we've got 4 somewhat feel-good stories that talk about, and it feels a lot different than the rest of the post or the preseason, basically.
Yeah. So let's go to feel-good story number 2. And that's Liam Hendricks posted comments on Instagram the other day. Cancer is scary and weird and hard. Treatment is tough. If you have ever been through this, you know what I'm talking about. As a patient, a caregiver, or friend, it takes a toll on all of us. My update, I'm just trying to take it day by day and stay positive and make a few jokes in between. But I wanted to let you all know how much your support has encouraged me since my diagnosis. And they have the shirt that's all going to the charity as well, the Close Out Cancer shirt. So definitely going to be picking one of those up pretty shortly. But good news to finally see Liam is, staying positive and he's going through it. And he did a bullpen session with Cats. So let's hope that, he's after all his chemo's done, that he's, when he's ready, he's back and he can help this team compete.
Yeah. And I'm not even worried about when that is. The happy part about it is that he's fighting, and that he's positive and that he's with his teammates and Julie's falling down. and Julie brought my notebook that I had forgotten, but she tripped over half of my garbage down there. Anyway, I'm sorry. So Team Liam, yes. So that he's fighting. There's a story, Ethan Katz got emotional and Yasmani Grandal got emotional talking about how he's fighting. So yeah, I'm not worried about when he comes back. If he comes back this year, awesome. If he's ready for next year, awesome. The point is that he's fighting and he's showing people that this can be fought. We all know somebody. We've all lost somebody. We all know that can be devastating. And the fact that he's staying positive and that we're all positive together, that's the important part.
Yeah. And I hope that there's those people out there that aren't trying to put and I'd say people within the White Sox organization. I mean, you always get the meathead fan takes that are like, oh, come on, where's Liam? He needs to be helping this team. That there's going to be those idiotic people out there that are gonna if soon as who's ever going to be the closer blows a save or two, which it always happens. You always get a guy who's not a closer by nature. He's going to get thrown to the 9th inning. He might blow a save. He might have been on a longer extended rest. And then you're going to have the people saying, well, that's why we need to get Liam back and he needs to hurry up. And I hope that people don't say those comments, because if they do, I might start just going.
We're going to bum of the week every single one of them. If anybody says anything, you send those tweets to us and we're going to bum them to all high hell. Fuck those people. It seems like the tea leaves were there. Pedro Gaffol had the quote saying it seems like it is going to be a closer by committee. And I'm cool with that. If it's Graveman one day, if it's Kelly the next day, Raylo is probably going to get a shot out there. I'm cool with it. It seems like Graveman's going to get the first shot at it. But if it's, it's all hands on deck. That's what they're going to need. And they're going to need this from not only the bullpen, but everyone, dude. Everyone on this team has got to get on the same page and got to start pulling together. Elvis Andrews had the quote about how this team didn't lack talent. It was more or less at the end of the season, them losing focus and them not all pulling in the same direction. And people had thought like maybe that was a shot at TLR because he said, well, we corrected that with the signing of Pedro Grifol here or there. So maybe that's gonna hit. Maybe Pedro gets them all in the same direction. But I'm excited. Like I said, dude, it's positive vibes today. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the tequila instead of the bourbon. I'm more happy than I am sad. But I'm looking forward to the season, man.
Tequila makes you happy. Bourbon makes you depressed. You know, maybe we want positive vibes and keep drinking the tequila, man. You know,
tequila.
The closer by committee. Yeah, I'm all for that. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to see Joe Kelly on that part yet. I still have a bad taste in my mouth from last year, man. Like he's got to earn it. He's got to earn that spot for me, man. Like
this will be my first.
He's got to earn my trust back.
I agree with you. This will be my first meathead take. I like Joe Kelly. I like Joe Kelly when he had the, like Kurt Rambis, they're not really the rec specs, but he had some swagger about him. And we got the meme of him doing the mush face and stuff like that. We need that Joe Kelly back. It's almost like AJ Przinsky, where it's like he's an asshole, but he's our asshole. We need like a little bit of that swagger because he lost that for a little bit last season. So I'm ready to give Joe Kelly a second chance. I like that signing when they got him, even though we complain about, Rick Hahn giving all of the money to the bullpen. I think Kelly can have a bounce back year, just like a lot of these guys that
isn't that the life of a closer or life of a relief pitcher anyways? It's up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, and it's confidence. It's almost like a kicker in football. It's all about confidence.
Yeah, one year you're nailing every single field goal, and next thing you're Robbie Gold shanking everything and getting cut from the Bears. Like
that was a bad. I always wanted him back.
Yeah, well, that sucked a lot. Okay, feel good story number 3, and that is Anderson Comas. If I'm saying it right, Comas.
Mm-hmm.
He posted on social media the other day that he is part of the LGBTQ community, and congrats to him for being brave enough to post it out there, because especially in professional sports, it seems, I don't know from experience, but it seems like it might be a little harder, in professional sports to do that. So kudos to him for taking that step and for coming out and saying that he's proud and he's happy to be a part of baseball.
Yeah. So one, obviously, he's proud and he was brave enough to do it. He's only the second known player to come out as part of an MLB organization. And that should be he said he wants to be an inspiration. He is an inspiration. Just doing that, just taking that step is an inspiration to people. 2, the fact that, and I'm going to credit the White Sox organization, which we don't do much of this year. Chris Getz had a quote yesterday saying that Anderson Comas came to them last year and they were all open about it and they respected his decision and they were happy that he was able to trust them with that information. And of all the boneheaded fucking things the White Sox has ever done, the fact that they didn't somehow leak this information or let this happen organically when Anderson Comas was ready to do it, thank God, because that would have been almost the end of it for me. Yeah. So the fact that they were able to do this professionally, maybe one of the only things they've done professionally in the last 2 years. So I was happy for the White Sox, but more importantly, happy for Anderson Comas, because it was brave and it will be an inspiration to people looking up to him.
Yep. And I'm sure there's a lot of people still out there who, don't feel like they can come out, and I would say probably more so the NFL than maybe, in baseball or in basketball.
It's everywhere, man.
But no, I'm assuming but hopefully it just gets more people to be more confident in doing that. So good. That's another feel good story. So
hell
that's
yeah.
Right, Missy.
We're 3 for 3. Anderson. We're 3 for 3 right now with positive vibes.
Yes, positive vibes. And we got one more positive vibe story, and it's not really a positive. It's just more like Peter likes it.
I love it. We got a freaking circus animal pitching for the White Sox. This story was all over. I saw it over the weekend. White Sox first round left-hander Noah Schultz, 6'9". I love it. I love that we got this big ass guy. I love that he's standing next to someone that looks like he could be Johnny's height. It was just a funny picture. I like that. we're gonna have this basically it's George Murison. We got George Murison pitching for us. I dig it.
How tall was Randy Johnson? Like 6'7"?
I don't know, but Noah Schultz looks gigantic. And if anything, Jerry Reinsdorf likes to save some money. If baseball doesn't work out, put him on the motherfucking Bulls.
He's the next Michael Jordan. He's just going to keep on going back and forth,
I'm going to talk about Patrick Beverly later in the show. We might need Noah Schultz back in the Bulls lineup too. So I love it.
Randy Johnson was 6'11", so
tall.
All right, so he's not the next big unit, but close. Couple inches.
I just saw that picture and I'm like, hell yeah. I was like, yeah, give me all of those. Give me all. If anything, just let us be Ringling Barnum and Bailey's.
So we had some feel good stories, but as customary on the show, I always have to have something negative, and it's not bad, but it's the typical White Sox and social media and wording. They need someone to proof check these tweets. They tweeted us up the other day. This lineup can be dangerous when healthy. This lineup right here, when healthy, is as lethal as any team in the big leagues. And it's just like, oh my God, you guys have like no self, like, just, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but don't tweet this out. Like, you're just setting yourself up for ridicule and criticism. And the first thing I saw of this was Beef's meme of the White Sox way.
Of course.
Basically stay healthy. So this is all of our hopes and prayers, fingers crossed. We can be good if we stay healthy. We can be lethal. We can be the Astros. We can be the Yankees.
I just spent the first 20 minutes of the podcast trying to pump our tires, trying to gas us up, ready for opening day. Positive vibes. You wanted to start the show with this story. And I'm like, get out of here, man. Yes, it was stupid. It was tone deaf. Yeah, it was like, I think self-aware was very much what you didn't want. Like, it just sucks.
Whoops.
Somebody figure that out. So yeah, it was dumb. Maybe figure that out.
So one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about, and we mentioned it, was like a potential MLB salary cap. So there was an article in the Sun-Times that Jerry Reinsdorf was pushing Alex Rodriguez to get the Mets because they didn't want Steve Cohen because they knew he was going to make him look bad. And now the Padres are spending. Now there's this special committee that MLB formed to look into excessive spending, and now all of a sudden you care when one guy or two teams are making a whole bunch of fucking billionaire motherfuckers look bad all of a sudden like cheap pricks. Now all of a sudden it's an issue, right? Never was an issue before, but now all of a sudden when Steve Cohen comes in and throws just shit tons of money at making his team better, now all of a sudden it's an issue. And so my question to you guys to you, do you think there should be an MLB salary cap or adopt the way that the NBA does with max contracts and that such? Do you think there's a solution to this?
Realistically, I think they're headed that way. I don't want it because maybe the grass is always greener. I want to find our own Steve Cohen. I want to be able to contend with these big boys and spend all the money in the world and go on a shopping spree and not have to care. Yeah, but we're not in that position right now. And obviously Jerry's fighting tooth and nail and motherfucking those guys in their sleep. Same story that came out. He didn't want Cuban and he fought against Cuban for probably the same reasons. But yeah, I think they're heading in that direction. But no, I don't want it. I like the way it is. I like that if I'm a fan. Our good internet friend Clem, he has been, hashtag Sons of Uribe. He's been a good friend. He's a Mets fan. He was in our position, with the Wilpons. The owner stunk. He finally got Steve Cohen. Now they're contending. Now he's happy. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for all the Mets fans. I just wish we're in that position eventually.
Yeah.
I like
even
people disrupting things, and I'm not just in the business sector
and
or in
that's
sports and
disrupting
stuff.
is always good in
Yes,
the business world. Like even MLB put the luxury tax, on there, and it's not deterring many teams, from doing it. Cohen's luxury tax is more than some MLB payrolls,
yeah, because the
which
owners
is
that are willing to spend are going to be
right,
willing to spend.
which
The
is
tax
which
is
is
going to.
asinine. But I mean, he's not doing anything illegal, according to MLB. He's playing by the set rules. Um, I think I wouldn't want to see, and this is my personal take. I don't want an MLB salary cap, but if they put like max contracts for players, I wouldn't be opposed to that, because I think when you see some of these guys, they want the 300, the 400, the 500 million.
Get your
Yeah,
bag. I'm cool with it.
I'm all for that, but it's snowballing to like extreme levels. Like Manny Machado's is going to opt out, and he wants a 10-year, $400 million contract now, which okay, he's played to his contract, he's worth it, but just the years in the dollar, like that's crazy amount of money. You got in football, which does have a salary cap, you got the top tier quarterbacks are going to be making over $50 million a year now. Goddamn, Daniel Jones wants 45 million a year. But I wouldn't be opposed to a max contract, or max years or something like that, just to, I don't want to say like leveling the playing field, but if it's going to help some of these like small market teams like the Chicago White Sox like actually
Yeah, but it's not.
get some top guys, and because Jerry's going to live till he's 98 years old. He's going to be, him and Virginia are going to be, you know going up and down State
Yeah,
Street all.
dude. I think you have. I mean, and it's your opinion, and that's rightfully so. If you think it's gonna help the White Sox, I just don't think that's. I don't think it's gonna happen. Aloha, Mr. Hand makes the great point. If there's a salary cap, there better be a fucking floor, because I don't see Jerry complaining about the Oakland A's and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and all that. Instead, I don't care if Manny Machado gets $1 billion. I'm happy for him. What I'm fighting for, you know, like the minor league contracts or the minimum salaries. That's what we should be upset about.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I agree. Like they need to bump those minimums up, especially like when you're
double A,
in,
double A,
all
and
those
single A
salaries,
for sure.
the arbitration numbers, like
That's what we should be upset about.
like those all should be looked at and adjusted. Such if you got guys that are making, $400 million, you got 45 million a year, 50 million a year guys coming up, and you got another, guy in the minor league, some early 20-year-old, and he's making 40 grand a year or some shit like that. Like that's, I'm not saying okay, that's too low, but you get what I'm saying though.
Yeah,
like,
I'm more mad at the Pirates and the Oakland A's of the world than the Mets and the Padres. Yumpers makes a good point. Like Pittsburgh spends no money.
Yeah, no, but hey, apparently Oakland's going to get that new stadium, right? Somewhere, if it's going to be either.
Well, we said
Vegas.
Vegas possibly. I'm cool. I think we mentioned it previously, but I'm cool to go see some White Sox A's games in Vegas.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Maybe if the Sox actually do good next couple, I'll be going back to doing some road trips for baseball on weekends. Haven't done it in a while, but I want to get back to that though. I want to make sure that my investment's going to worthwhile causes and not going on the road to watch them lose and get blown out and shit.
For sure, I'd be cool with that.
All right, so that's our baseball talk for the show today. But we got some other news. Next is Jonathan Toews. Still recovering from long COVID. He's going to be out indefinitely. He's going to, I guess, take a leave of absence from the team and focus on his health, which is always a good thing, especially if, he's towards the end of his career anyway. So he's got his three cups. He doesn't really need to prove anything else. I mean, especially with the go nowhere Blackhawks. His trade value doesn't have any trade value right now, so he's not gonna go to a contender to get another potential cup. But I just I wish him the best, and hopefully that whatever the other underlying issues he has, that he can beat it and get healthy again. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what sucks is that he doesn't get to go out on his own terms. And maybe I'm assuming things, but it seems like at least for in Chicago, this is the end of the road. Patrick Kane, on the other hand, possibly getting traded still. I know there was rumors about the Rangers, and then that's not happening because of Tarasenko. But for Jonathan Toews, man, the fact that he got here so young, he's still only 34 years old, having to call it quits because of this, possibly because of this.
Oh, looks like your audio cut out there. Oh no, did we lose? We lost you, Peter. Your audio has cut out. Am I gonna do a one-man show now? Welcome everybody to the HBIC show. All right, gonna do some dancing. Nope, no audio still. I can't, folks. I can't win. I got Johnny's Telemundo internet. I got Peter with no audio now. So now you get this gorgeous face for anything. Oh, all right. Well, so what do you guys want to talk about? I'm gonna do a little, maybe have to do some call-ins, and you can tell me what's on your mind, folks. You can anything that you want to discuss. We can talk about what's Nope. Sorry, Peter. Okay, so tell some jokes. Let's just go to the comments here, folks. What would you like me to talk about? Beef, not a fan of hockey. Okay, fair enough. I haven't watched much hockey since the Blackhawks have been shit, and I was a big hockey guy. We used to always. I'll tell a story. When we had our Hawks games, like when the Hawks were in the playoffs, we'd always have our big get-togethers, watch parties at the house, and every time the Hawks scored a goal, we would all do a shot of tequila. And to make it interesting, we started playing a game called Hot Sauce Roulette, where I actually found this clear bottle of hot sauce, and we would take the tray of limes, and one of the limes would be doused in the clear hot sauce. So whoever doused the lime was the last person to take the lime off the tray. But everyone would take their shot, and they would have to randomly pick a lime, and then one person's getting a mouthful of hot sauce after they do their shots. So, yeah. And as John says here, Malort. Every time Marian Hossa scored a goal, you had to take a shot of Malort. So sometimes there was a lot of tequila and a lot of Malort in the same night. And then if the Hawks win, you had to do a victory shot. So, and if Hossa scored the game-winning goal, that was a victory Malort shot. So there was a lot of times where we would kill a whole bottle of tequila on one night, or I would be like a random Tuesday night and I'm doing 7-8 shots of tequila and I got to get up to work in the morning. So yeah, that's my playoff hockey story. What else we got here? Story time. Let's see. Knock knock. Missy wants a room tour. The only thing I can offer you is this lovely can of compressed air. Highly recommended if you have a dirty keyboard here. What else we got here? Geez, I don't know. This is a one-man show. I've never done this before. Who wants to who wants to talk? Let's see what we can talk next here. All right, I got a question for you guys here. I'm just gonna go to the old. I'm gonna go to the old card deck here. Improvising on air. All right. Would you switch your penis size with your foot size? That is a question here. Would you switch your penis size with your foot size? And I'm going to say yes, because I wear a size 11. So, we get you back?
Am I back?
You are back. Damn it, Peter. I'm drowning out there, man.
Dude, I didn't know what you're going to have to do. Just talk stand-up stories or...
You know what, Yump? It was almost going that way. I was gonna start just getting the little shit going. Like,
how long was I out for?
Probably a good like 4 or 5 minutes, dude.
Fuck, that sucked. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. My internet's good. Maybe it was.
Dude, I was ready to do like fucking Love Line here or something, man. Like, what's on your mind? Like, tell me your stories here. Like, let me.
Well, you complained about my blue check mark. Now I'm gonna post a 5-minute video of you going solo.
I had to fill in some hockey talk with telling the stories of how we used to do shots of tequila for every Hawks goal.
Oh, the Shotsky. I still have the starter jacket.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot this. Yeah, but the shot ski was that was always a good time. So yeah, don't ever do that again. Unless I'm ready for it.
I try not to.
Okay. No more hockey talk. Let's go on to NBA All-Star Weekend.
Let's have
here.
some fun. Let's show a video that I feel like
Yeah. You gonna pull it up, Peter? Go ahead.
I got
pull
you.
that video up. So
I'm
NBA
worried about the guy holding the other guy. Some point he gonna go down. Oh, that's that ain't including us. Oh my God! Hey, what's up, Kenny? And a reverse. Hey, young fella. And here comes McClung. Oh, yes, Hezzy. That's a Hezzy. That's called a Hezzy dunk. So you Hezzy in the air. Yeah, that's a ooh. And that might be an ah too. I think that's a 49 and a. And he's putting on the handle.
Those are some good dunks. It's good to
Hell
see
yeah.
actually some good dunks. So like, I love like NBA like All-Star Saturday Night 3-point contest, slam dunk contest. The slam dunk contest is just jump the shark, literally,
sure.
like pun intended. I mean, they used to have like some cool dunks, but the last few years people they do like too many elaborate dunks, and then they keep on missing it or their timing's off, whatever. Good to see Mac McClung Mac McClung.
Troy McClure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going with. That he brought some cool dunks back. I will say though that the NBA like actual All-Star game, I'm over that. It's
I
bad.
watched like 4 hours of it, and it wasn't even the All-Star game. It was the picking and choosing, and there was a Post Malone concert in there, and Jewel came out to sing. It was long and unnecessary, but the thing I did like about this Mac McClung, I mean, obviously G League, he just got signed last week to the Sixers. This is what they should start doing. You know how each team in the NBA has like the E team and they just play like NBA 2K and they're sponsored by the Bulls or the Timberwolves and everything. And they should just find people outside of the NBA and be your representative in the dunk contest. And that way you don't have to worry about athletes, not wanting to participate, and that it's jumped the shark, and that LeBron's never done it. There's people out there that could dunk.
I saw
some
videos of those street ballers are legit.
There's like 2 dudes in France that are doing like video game stuff. Get those guys on your quote unquote team, and each guy has a representative, and let's just dunk their ass off. Because the thing about Mac McClung was those were all first try dunks. That's what's impressive. Last like 10 years in the dunk contest, people are trying alley-oops and trying different things, bouncing it off of different places. And it's like, this is their 5th time, 6th time. It gets boring and it gets stale. The fact that he just came out here and dunked his ass off and called it a night, that's what I liked. So did Mac McClung save the dunk contest? At least for this year, yes. Now for next year, we need 4 more Mac McClungs.
Yeah. The one thing, I was going back to the All-Star game, the one thing I hate about it now is they play up to 182. Like the first team to 182 win. Like, what arbitrary number did they come up with? It's like 182 is the cutoff where you score enough points to win. Like, just play it. They used to just play the normal game, 4 quarters, 12 minutes, and now you turn it on and there's a different score every quarter. Like they have like the total score in the top, and then there's a different score. Why? What is the point of having 2 different scores on the screen? Just have one fucking score.
Yeah, I agree with you. I knew you were going to go yells at Cloud at that moment. But yeah, you're right. But I will say, the All-Star game is not for us anymore. The All-Star game is for, if I was, I was, we all were. We grew up rooting for the Bulls. And, when I was 11, 12, 13 years old, I probably thought this would cool. Them picking teams and them, having the lottery televised. It's just not for us anymore.
Okay, well that makes more sense. They play for $100,000 charity for each quarter. Okay, I like that. That's good.
Play to 200.
Yeah, play until it's like last man standing, like Royal Rumble style. And then it's like 2-on-2, 1-on-1.
Those days,
and then
dude, maybe Magic, Bird, and Jordan would be down for that. The load management nowadays, there's no way they play till they stand.
Yeah, and speaking of load management, you see that Adam Silver wants to have like the in-season tournament, kind of like UEFA does.
Yeah,
you got guys sitting out random games, and you're gonna tell them that they have to play a whole tournament in season. Like, yeah, that's gonna go over well.
What I will say about the NBA, which I can appreciate, is that they're not afraid to tinker with their product. They change the playoff rules. They change a bunch of things, and it's a lot of times what I complain about Major League Baseball. It took them 100 years to bring in the DH to both leagues, and they're so afraid to tinkering with. People are making a big ass deal about bases that are, they're bigger, but a little bit bigger, and that's gonna change the game forever. And here NBA's like, we're gonna toss in a tournament mid-season, and if you like it, good. We're making money regardless.
I like Chris's comment. Play horse. I don't know why it's not like anything for All-Star Saturday night. Just a game of horse.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right. We promised some food talk here, and Peter, you lost.
Oh yeah. I lost everything when the internet went out. I got it back. Hold on.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk some beefs here. Not Mr. Beefloaf, but Italian beef. So WGN dropped this article that from users, their top Italian beefs in Chicago, and these are in no particular order according to the article. But Al's Beef, Johnny's, Bona. That one's kind of shocking to me. Pops and Statuels. I've had all of them except for Statuels. I'm kind of curious now about. I guess that one's in Cicero, I believe. So interesting to try that one out next time I'm over in that area. But I'm not surprised Portillo's isn't on here. I thought people would just pick it as popularity, choice on that one. But Bona Beef's weird being on there. Maybe they took some money from the White Sox or something.
Portillo's is better than Bona. Bona Beef, I've had it. I've only had it twice. I don't like it at all. Their bread is basically like chewing on a fucking Doc Martin. It's just like rubber and it's no bueno.
They got the Subway bread.
Yeah, I don't like Bona at all. I know Johnny was excited to talk Al's because he used to go there a lot, and he says that that's slipping, and it's not as good as it was before. I'm a huge fan of Johnny's. Jason, you and I have driven multiple times to go get some Johnny's, and for no reason, we're just driving to the north side to get some beefs.
Yeah, I love Johnny's beef a lot. I will say with Pops, I think out of the list here, and I still haven't had Statuels, so I can't speak on it. But I'm from this list. I like Pops Jardinera, like their hot peppers the best.
I love Pops. Julie and I shoot down the one Harlem and 127th, the original one. We go there, not so much anymore because I want to weight loss, but I did have it a couple times recently. So yeah, I love the Jardinera. It's fresh. It's good. Their beef is, but beef makes a great point. I'm a combo guy as well. Combo beefs are the next level compared to beefs.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm not a combo guy. I'm just a traditionalist, man. Just a straight Italian. I'm either give me the Polish or Italian, or give me the Italian beef.
I like that beef Italian sausage combo.
So do you have a one that like a favorite from you that's not on this list that you like to hit up?
Well,
I will say Mickey's for me is not on here.
Yeah, they closed down.
Like I said, I still got one up by me, but it might be different.
Yeah, my local Mickey's closed down. I know Jackie's in the comments. It was a sad day when that happened. But that was my hot dog stand / beef stand for a long, long time. So now I go to Pops. I don't have any other local ones. I know people do say Tony's. I've never made it to Tony's.
Well, you're closer to South Side than I, So I think you should go do a food review. That's the one thing we know what we never did. Now that we're doing more YouTube content, we never got around to Johnny Hungy.
Johnny Hungy we could still do Johnny Hungy. He's got all summer. His
we
internet
need to
doesn't
send
work.
Johnny around town, and
if his internet doesn't work, his cell service is fine. He could just record on his iPhone and be a YouTube star with him eating beefs and tacos.
Yeah, we gotta get Johnny Hungy over there and send him over to Tony's and do a food review. But yeah, well, I definitely think I'll post this.
Little Joe's in Countryside. Very good. I'm
gonna actually post this tomorrow morning on the Twitters, and I'm gonna ask the people to drop their top 5 beefs in Chicago. So we'll try to see what the audience here likes, and they agree with some of these. But yeah, I definitely Johnny's would be number 1 for me, and I would probably go with Al's 2, Pop's 3, Bona. Yeah, they're okay. I would probably put Portillo's on there, but I need to try. Sorry, Tony's would probably be up there for me as well. Probably number 3 actually would be Tony's. I'll have to think about this now, and I'll post mine tomorrow. So,
Mr. Beef.
Ooh, yeah. You know what, dude? Yeah. I think. See now you're throwing out all these curveballs at me. Now I have to really think about my beef ranking here.
Yeah.
Make sure, and we'll put that out there tomorrow so people can talk. All right. Usually we do a question of the week, but Johnny had the question, and I don't think it's fair for him to steal his question, and if he's not here on the show.
That's fair. I was gonna ask it anyway.
No,
I do want to listen to his answers.
It's his question. I don't feel I can go to the box here though, Peter.
Yeah, go to the box. The box of fun. Oh, Chicky's beef is good. Shout out Doug.
See, some of these are so bad. I can't ask those questions because I don't want that mental thought in my head.
Yeah, you gotta get one. I'm not asking for PG-13. It could be rated R, but it can't be. Can't be Bums After Dark.
Well, would you rather have your mom send you a nude or have her send all your friends a nude?
All my friends. I don't like it. It's out of sight, out of mind. I have no business. I don't care. What's your answer?
I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah. You don't want to see that. All right, rip a couple more. That'll be good. More? Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna rip a couple more here. I'm just going to the randomizer here. Would you rather be the president, the Pope, or whoever is in charge of North Korea?
Probably the president.
If I'm the Pope,
I'm gonna go with. I'm burning that place to the ground, and I don't think people want to hear that.
As much as I disagree with a lot of what the Pope and all them do, I feel like he has the easiest job out of everyone. I don't want to be running North Korea. Fuck that shit. But I feel like, if you're the Pope, you do your weekly sermon, or prayer, whatever. You have your Christmas mass, and then do probably a whole lot of nothing.
You gotta do. That dude, you're paraded like a circus animal in the Pope mobile. That Pope mobile stinks. That's got to get updated. It's basically a plexiglass golf cart.
Yeah. No, I would ride around in the bulletproof limos and shit. I'd up that. I'd make the Pope, not the Pope mobile, but what's the Batmobile tumbler? The Pope tumbler.
Wiener mobile.
Oh, there you go. Wiener.
Better than Pope mobile.
Okay. Would you rather know the lyrics to every song ever or get $5,000?
No, just give me the $5,000.
Yeah, I don't need to know every song.
I'm so how people are big into Wordle. I do Hurdle all the time, so it's basically I'm awesome at that game.
I'm not gonna lie. For most of majority of the time I Shazam it and I cheat. I've never lost a hurdle because of Shazam.
Julia. So that's one of the things. For some reason I just hear notes and immediately know the song. I was actually quizzed by our guy Fishbone. We were out one day, and he's like, "Have you heard this?" And he just played one note, and it was easy because I listened to the 1975, but it was a 1975 song. And he's like, "Oh my god!" So I'm not the humble brag, but I'm pretty good at hurdle. So just give me the $5,000.
Yeah. All right. I want to make an announcement here because we have a special announcement.
We do.
We do. So it's March Madness is coming up, and we decided that every year we kind of try to think of a theme for our tournaments. We've done the superheroes versus villains. We did the Battle of the Bands last year, which was a huge success. I can't remember. We did the most hated athletes before. That was another good one. But we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to stay on brand, and going forward, our tournament every year is going to be the Battle of the Bums, and it's going to be all of our bums of the year, or what a bums for each week. There's going to be the HBIC bracket, the Baloney bracket, the Southside Bum bracket, and then the guests bracket. So we're going to take the top 16 from that we pick for the year, and we're going to put them out to the Twitters, and it's going to be the vote. And
Bum of the year.
It's going to be the bum of the year. So that's going to be our March Madness tournament going forward. We have to log all of our bums. So shout out to Peter for going back and re-listening to every episode from 2022 on his free time. Because when there's no snow on the ground, you have a lot of free time.
You're lucky I don't have shit to do. Otherwise, I would have been pissed. But
I know we offered to help, but you had it done like in 2 days. So
yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was fun looking back at some of the reasons. Like your first 2 bums of the year was yourself, and then the second week you bummed all of your friends for not responding to your text messages. It's like going back and listening to some of that stuff was fun.
You know what? That one kind of hurt, man. I invited everyone over for food and football, and no one responded, man. Like that hurts.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. You get to pick your 16. I have my 16. I have Johnny will do his. And then we have a good amount of guests, too. Brewhand Luke has a bum. Brian S. has a bum. The 3108 guys have a bum. And I'm ranking all of those. And the special guest will have their side of the bracket, too. Cousin John, bunch of people.
Yeah, and we're going to try to line it up with each round of the tournament as well. So, that's going to be our thing going forward. So, another quick plug before we get to our closing segment as well. Just if you haven't already got one, help us out and buy a shirt. Money funds the Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates, and they're right around the corner because we have got a lot of interest and a lot of pre-RSVPs already for our home opener tailgate. We haven't even we've announced it, but we haven't gave more details and all that good stuff that we like to promote out. But we already have a lot of people saying they're showing up, and we're expecting a huge crowd. We got a couple partners on board already who are going to bring their groups of people and everything. So I expect a shit show in Lot B. But if you haven't bought, we're going to have some new White Sox shirts coming through the pipeline shortly. We're working on some new designs. All of our Bears merch is 20% off for the rest of the off season. And if you like being a bourbon bum, get that bourbon bum shirt. It's a nice one.
Little something for everyone.
Little something for everyone. All right, Peter, time to bum some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
A bum. All right, Peter, why don't you go ahead just in case your audio cuts out again?
It's a great point. First bum of the week, immediately, my internet or my laptop or whatever. We've had we're at 125 episodes of the podcast. That's the first time my shit went south. And it just sucks because of Johnny's been struggling for the last couple of weeks. So I guess I have to bum myself and the internet for leaving you hanging. I'm excited to go back and watch that footage because obviously I was in the dark. I want to see you sweat a little. Dude,
it was deer in the headlights, man. It caught me it caught me so off guard. Like usually if I knew I was going to do a solo show, I could prepare some stuff, but man, that was like being on improv, man, at fucking Second City, dude, like for the first time, man. Like you're just like, oh fuck.
So yeah, I guess that sucked big time. My first MVB, and it's someone I wasn't expecting to MVB. It's the Bulls front office, and it's for signing Patrick Beverley. Now I know it's too little, too late. I know that for a fact, but I like that he's a local guy. There's 23 games left. They're 2 games out of the play-in game. They're on a 6-game losing streak. He's going to bring intensity. He's going to bring defense. He's probably going to start from the beginning. Is it too little, too late? Yes. But I personally like Patrick Beverley, so I'm happy about this signing. Are they going to have to figure their shit out in the offseason? Yes. Will they make the playoffs? Probably not, but this might help, dude. Everyone makes the playoffs in the NBA. And the fact that they're only 2 games back, even now, after all this shit, they could sneak in there. Will they win any games? Probably not. But I'm happy. I'm happy that Pat Bev is back in Chicago. He's a local kid. I mean, not kid, 34 years old now, but he's a local guy, and I like him. So I'm happy to see Patrick Beverley on the Bulls. And then my final bum is TikTok. Jason, I know you're not on TikTok as much, or you're not in the TikTok world. There's this trend going around of this filter that de-ages you. And I saw a lot of our internet friends doing it. I know Yump did it. Father Zoe did it. There's a bunch of people doing it. And it's given us all midlife crisis. So this is mine. I took the audio out because I didn't want to get DMCA'd. So this is without audio. But man, it just made me sad. Look at that. Look at that young whippersnapper. Look at that's 16-year-old baloney.
You haven't even popped a boner yet, dude.
That is young, dumb, and full of cum. That is just it's just like you look at that and then you look at the picture behind, like the bottom picture, and I'm ready to have a midlife crisis. I don't know, buy a Corvette or I don't know what that was, but I know a lot of people our age are doing the same thing. You do that filter and you're not ready to see your old ass and then your younger self right above you. I did not like it one bit, so now I'm off TikTok for a while because that fucked me up.
I'm next time I see you, I'm gonna have you do my face.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I can't wait. Yeah, now it's gonna get clipped. Now it's gonna get clipped, and it's gonna be saying "do my face" for all over the interwebs. But I'm not gonna shave. I want to see what it looks like. I'm not going baby face on this. I want to see if it actually takes out the gray or how 14-year-old Jason would look with like a thick beard going or anything like that.
You're gonna look 40.
But also, here's the thing too. Does it take all the face fat out of you? Because
it did. I mean, it slimmed me down a little bit.
Because I will do something next week. And I can't do it right now because it's gonna take me a while to go up there. I will live on the show. I will show everyone a picture of what I looked like at 19 years old before I started drinking, everything like that. This is it's me from summer of 2002 in Cancun, Mexico. I got a nice, good selfie of me there. But my face was fucking skinny as shit, dude. And yeah, I wish I could do like lipo on my cheeks and someone just suck all that fucking chubby fatness out. But
that TikTok fucks people up. Brewhead Luke. Actually, I got a picture somewhere behind it. I told him the story at Frank's after the Wiener Circle. I was a distance runner in high school. I was skinny at one point. So yeah, if we're bringing out pictures of when we were 16 and 18, of course we're all gonna look good.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. If you see a picture of 19-year-old Jason, it might break the internet, dude. I was a goddamn snack, dude.
No, get the fuck out of here. You look the same you've always had.
No, dude. I had the tan going, man. I had the good jawline, dude. I was a motherfucking snack, dude.
You look like Chris Zorich, former Bears player, Chris Zorich.
Oh no, that is true, but I made it fucking look good. So yeah, I'll show that picture live on the show next week.
I like that.
So if we can get a video of if we see each other during the week, we'll compare it to how TikTok.
Yeah, you're just a king size snack. I like that.
I'm Costco, motherfucker.
You know, like, when you go to the airport and they got that fucking Toblerone bar, that's a fucking like yardstick.
Is you a snack? Nah, motherfucker. I'm motherfucking Costco.
All right, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll dig up some pictures. We'll go back in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah. All right, and I got 2 and 2 this week. So my first one is Adam Silver for gotta make sure we don't hurt grown men feelings. This fucking bullshit of we don't want to avoid the last picked person in the picking of teams for the All-Star game. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Are we that weak as a society now? We can't worry about NBA players' feelings getting hurt. Like, this is so fucking just unnecessary. So, like, they picked the reserves first. So, but if you're the last reserve pick, that means you were the last guy picked. It's just flipped. You're still still going to be a last person.
It made no sense.
There's going to be a first. There's going to be a last.
There's all millionaires.
Yeah, what the fuck is this shit, man? Like, just don't do this shit anymore. Just pick the first guy you want. You shouldn't have to worry about people's feelings and shit. So, yeah, fuck that. My second what a bum this week, and she's a repeat. What, you gotta flip me? Like, what the?
Julie said it's weird because you're on the other side now. It said you look like you were just talking to a wall because you're facing that way. So, okay.
I gotta fix my setup in here eventually. My second what a bum is repeat bummer. It's Mayor Lightfoot.
I mean, realistically, she might win the bum of the year tournament.
She needs to let this go. After the Bears announced that they closed on Arlington, she puts out a statement. So now that the land deal is closed, we have an even better opportunity to continue making the business case as to why the Bears should remain in Chicago and why adaptations to Soldier Field can meet and exceed all of the Bears' future needs. Just let it go. They have said repeatedly that they are going to Arlington if it's feasible, if the plan works out. They have no intention of remodeling Soldier Field. They're going to see this deal. They've signed the contracts. Like, I don't know what world she lives in where she still thinks that the Bears are going to somehow change their mind now and say, you know what, we just paid all this. We're closing on this deal. We're going to pay all this money, but we want to stay in Soldier Field now. Like, it's just give it up. She needs to let it go and just have a nice clean break and say your goodbyes and well wishes. And
Daddy left for a pack of cigarettes and he ain't never coming back.
Yeah. All right. And my two MVBs. First one is old friend alert, Lauri Markkanen, with the quote of the turn of the weekend. It's good to have an owner that cares about the game. You goddamn right it does. So I'm always a fan of ex-players throwing shade at Jerry. And I mean, that's probably a good shout out or a good jab at I remember. I don't even want to remember his name. The coach,
Jerry?
No,
Garpax?
No, the coach for the Bulls
when Lauri was here.
Yeah. See, that's how much
God damn it.
With the guy with the B, the bald motherfucker.
God damn it. Somebody in the comments help us. We're swimming upstream here.
Yeah, whatever. But I probably was a shot at him too, because that was that's just,
it's crazy that he was an all-star game starter. Hand up.
God, he's fucking good now, man. Like Boylan. Thank you, Yum.
Thank you,
Thank you, Joey P. Yeah. Jim Boylan. Yeah, I think that's a shout out.
The
Boylan
fact that
too.
he's an all-star game starter, he had flashes. After his rookie year, we thought this can be somebody, but I gave up on him. I think we all gave up on him. Yes, it's probably because of the front office and Boylan. So yeah, man, he's a very good player.
And my second MVB, hopefully she's still in the comments. She's a repeat MVB, and that's Missy. I'm giving her a MVB because after our live show on Saturday, I came up, I said hello, and she immediately said that she's the biggest fan of HBIC, and she thinks I'm the funniest of the bums, and like, it's been vindicated. That's 2 independent sources now that have said I am the funniest of the bums.
Missy,
so I feel like
3 sheets to the wind, man. No way.
No. She said that what I entertain her so much, and she's my biggest fan, and she loves what I do. And I had to tell her the story of how when we were at the Sox game a couple years ago, and those girls sitting in front of us looked behind us and said, you're the funniest of the four of you. And I said, thank you. I finally have been vindicated. And everything I've been saying all this time has finally come to fruition.
No offense to Missy, but I'm not sure her judgment is the best judge of character. Jason.
No, Missy's a stand-up person. She spoke.
Johnny's
she
in the
spoke
comments
truth.
saying, what the fuck?
Wait a minute. This is paraphrasing. Well, I am paraphrasing.
See, now you're lying.
No, I mean,
bum fight.
that was a real thing back in the day. Bum fights.
Bum fights. We might have to bring that segment back. Bum fights.
We did do that back in the. Yeah, we haven't brought that back in a while. It was
not since it was a live show or
no. We have to bring. I forgot about that segment. We need to try to resurrect that for the live show and see if it works again.
Anything's better than Lawrence versus Viking, right?
No, we gotta keep. According to the Peoples, we need to keep Lawrence versus Viking as a recurring segment forever and ever.
All right, one more thank you to everyone that came out and supported us at the live show. It was an awesome time. Still recovering, but awesome nonetheless. So,
and we have a very special guest next week as well.
Yeah, we should probably mention that before the end of the show.
Well, you had the flyer, and then your internet kicked you out and everything.
Damn, Telemundo internet. Hold on, I get
Telemundo internet. But anyways, yeah, okay, there we go. We got Drew Boggs is going to be joining us next week on the show.
Big time White Sox fan, Drew Boggs. He's in the DMs tweeting out polls and White Sox things. He's been a fan. We've been friends, online friends for a little while now. So we're excited to have him on. He said he wants to do a little more podcasting and content wise. So he'll hop on the BumCast. He'll give us a Sox takes. I don't know what else we'll talk about. He said he's well versed in all sports. So get ready to talk some Liga MX soccer with me, Drew Boggs.
All right. Well, hopefully next week Johnny will be back. We don't know. Hopefully Peter will give me a heads up if I have to go one-man show. I'm going to prepare next week as I'm going one-man show just in case. I'm going to have like content. I'm going to have like
at least
material.
It took me a little while to get going. Let's get like a 5-minute just segment on the back burner just in case it ever happens again.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for everyone for joining us. That was a wild and crazy show to say the least today. But thanks for everyone who joined in, and we'll catch you all next week.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.